Good morning, doctor. We are from Group 11 and would like to present about the strategy audit of MBSB Bank Berhad. This is our presentation content and we will audit the company by this or the content.
Okay, the first strategy issue is MBSB Bank has recorded a high loss on modifications of cash flow in the third quarter of 2021, which is 146 million ringgit measures. And according to the financial statement, it is due to MBSB Bank has granted the moratoriums to their retail customers in accordance with the family package announced by the government. The second strategy issue is MBSB Bank has recorded a high net allowance for impairments in the third quarter of 2021, which is 260 million ringgit Malaysians. And according to the financial statement, this is due to its corporate portfolio has recorded a high net allowance for impairment charge. And the third strategy issue is MBSB Bank has recorded a high overhead expenses in the third quarter of 2021, which is 73 million ringgit Malaysians. And according to the financial statement, this is due to an increase in establishment-related expenses. The expenses increased as more staff occupied the new headquarters, Menara MBSB Bank and the Petaling Jaya Central. In fact, MBSB Bank was called Asian Finance Bank Berhad AFB in the past, but after acquired by MBSB, it has been rebranded and changed the name to MBSB Bank Berhad. As we all know, MBSB Bank is an Islamic bank. MBSB Bank Berhad has been granted license by Bank Negara Malaysia to undertake Islamic banking business, and it can be said is under the financial service industry. Okay, MBSB Bank vision is to be a top progressive Islamic bank. In terms of mission, MBSB Bank was established to provide the financial support to the ordinary citizens and provide the opportunities to the low incomes and middle income groups to change their life. In terms of objective, MBSB Bank is aimed to establish a strong financial positions, provide excellent customer service, offer digital banking and innovative product solutions, and become an employer of choice. MBSB Bank current strategy can be said is very in line with the vision, mission, and objective. In 2020, MBSB has formulated a 5-year technology modernization strategy and embarked on digital transformations. Okay, the current chairman of the board is Tan Sri Azan bin Mohad Zainal. In fact, MBSB Bank can be said have a very high independence board of directors. As we can see from the slide, MBSB Bank have 6 independent non-executive directors in their board. The current CEO of MBSB Bank is Dato' Noor Azam. MBSB Bank have a strong top management team. All the chief officials has at least 10 years working experience in the bank industry and other industry related to their positions. In order to maintain a proper management, there are 6 board committees and 5 management lead committees has been established to assist the board of directors and the top management team. MBSB Bank actually can be said is a company with a matrix organizational structure. In this structure, the employer usually will report their duty to more than one supervisor. In fact, in MBSB Bank, all the directors and the chief officials have engaged in the board committee or the management lead committees based on their experience, knowledge, and expertise. So actually, they not only need to report their duties to the boss of their original position, but also need to report to the heads of the committee.
In order to understand the financial performance of MBSB Bank, we do a financial analysis through these all the ratios. As we know, before year 2018, there is a sitting of ASEAN Finance Bank Berhad and its financial performance is not in stable conditions. Therefore, let us look at the financial performance of MBSB Bank after acquisitions. First is liquidity ratios. As we can see, the current ratio is increased from 2018 to 2020 and its ratio is larger than once. In year 2020, the company has the highest current ratio, which means that MBSB Bank is more likely to receive the payment from the debtor and less likely to pay to the creditor. Next is about operation efficiency ratios for receivable turnover. It's increased from 2018 to 2019, which means that the company's collections of account receivable become more efficient and it has a high proportion of quality customers that pay off their debt quickly after 2018. Besides that, the total asset turnovers increased to the highest in 2019. This implies that the company has improved its ability to generate the higher revenue with their company asset after acquisitions in 2018. Okay, now we move on to the leverage ratios. We can see that the debt ratio of the companies is decreased from 2018 to 2020, and the decreasing the company's reliance on debt for asset promotions, the less risky the company is. Furthermore, we also observe the debt to equity ratios is decreased from 2018 to 2020, and the ratio is above 1.0 means that the company does not achieve a better debt to equity ratios, but as a company from financial industry, it was reasonable for MBSB Bank to have a higher debt to equity ratio because the company will have to borrow capital to provide loans for its customer. Next is profitability ratios. The cost profit margins of MBSB Bank is increased from 2018 to 2020. As we know, the higher the gross profit margins, the better performance of the companies. So the company did well in managing its cost of sales. In addition, a net profit margins in excess of 10% is considered excellence. So MBSC Bank is more efficient at converting sales into actual profits from 2018 to 2019 compared to 2020. So from the figure, we can see that the returns on asset of MBSB Bank is decreased from 2019 to 2020, which means that it is less efficiency managing its assets to produce greater amount of net income from 2019 to 2020. While for the returns on equity, MBSB Bank is not performing well among these 3 years, as the return on equity is less than 10%, which means that the business is not very efficient in generating profit with the company share equity. The last part of financial ratio is investor equity return ratios. Based on these two graphs, the declining in earning per share will influence the rising in price earning ratios. So we found that when the earning per share is increased, the price earning ratio will decrease. And that's the lowest of earning per share in 2020. So this may cause the company unable to generate a significant dividend for investor, and the profit of the company is less, so it's harder to distribute to its shareholders. For the price earning ratios, the increasing in price earning ratio from 2019 to 2020 indicates that the company's stock was valued relatively high compared to its earning powers. The higher the price earning ratio means that the company is in positive performance, and investor may have a high expectation for the future earning growth of the companies.
Today, I would like to present the external forces analysis, which is the STEAM analysis. The STEAM analysis basically comes from five main external forces, which are the social, culture, technological, economy, ecological, political, legal forces. Social culture. The first variable of social culture forces is the religion belief. Malaysia is a multi-confessional and multicultural country with Islam as its official religion. Therefore, as a result of MBSB Bank Berhad being a company that has obtained the Islamic banking license in Malaysia, it is a prospect to expand the business related to Islamic and may attract a large customer base. Moreover, another variable of social culture factor is the impact of Generation Z. Generation Z prefer to learn about the product and service through online. Therefore, it's a challenge that indirectly influences the banking industry to develop and improve their innovation to meet the need of Generation Z, such as transferring money through online banking. Technological, with a rise of smartphone in the market, more and more people buy and own mobile phone. Therefore, it's an opportunity for the banking industry to attract more customers based on the mobile app and service. Lastly, the level of workforce also should be considered when technological is widely used in the banking industry. This is because the employees are the greater assets of the company. Therefore, the level of workforce should be improved to overcome the external factor, technological forces in the future. Economy. The first variable of economy factor that can entirely influence the banking industry are the overnight policy rate (OPR). When a bank accepts the investment from other bank or provide funding to other bank, the lower an official's interest rate is, refers to as the OPR. OPR will impact the level of interest rate in other market, particularly in loan market. On the other hand, GDP also will indirectly influence the banking industry in Malaysia. When the economy of Malaysia is still in recession period, the profitability of bank will also decrease. Lastly, the unemployment rate, a high unemployment rate in Malaysia, demonstrate that there are fewer and fewer people with purchasing power, and unemployed people may take the money from their bank account to cover their daily expenses. Ecological, the first variable of ecological forces is climate change. 72 central bank and regulators around the world, including Malaysia, has joined forces to take climate action. In this sense, the banking industry has required an accession of the capital from the institution in Malaysia to lead a more low carbon economy, such as green financing. CER, also called as the green CSR, the banking industry is the more environmentally friendly of the financing service industry. Not only that, reducing the cost of environment has a immediate impact on business performance in well-developed financing market. Political legal. First of all, the political instability can entirely influence the banking industry. According to the New Straits Times, the World Bank said that the political instability and the resulting uncertainty in government policy are important variables in influencing investor confidence in Malaysia. On the other hand, the Consumer Credit Act enhanced regulatory provision for all consumer credit activity, which including the provider buy now pay later programmer. That's for me. Thank you.
Now I would like to explain about the Portal 5 force or MBSB Bank Bar. The first four is 3 on new entry into the market. The 3 on new entry for MBSB Bank Bar is low because the new entry need to get banking license in Malaysia must be the public company registered under the Company Act 2016. Besides that, Islamic Financial Survey Act 2013 only permit a foreign institution to conduct international Islamic banking through a Malaysian branch. Moreover, banking institution which want to be corporate in the Malaysian banking industry need to hold the license from the minister by applying through the Bank Negara Malaysia. The second fault is rivalry among the existing firm. The rivalry among the existing firm for MBSB Bank Berhad is high because larger size of the total asset amount of some of the Malaysia Islamic banking institution will become the threat to the MBSB Bank Berhad, such as Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad 74.6 billion ringgit, Maybank Islamic Berhad 244 billion ringgit, CIMB Islamic Bank Berhad 116.4 billion ringgit, and other larger Islamic banking institutions. In terms of market capital in the banking industry, MBSB Bank Berhad 4.41 billion ringgit, also lower than some of the Islamic banking institutions such as Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad 5.84 billion ringgit, CIMB Islamic Bank Berhad 7.63 billion ringgit, and others. MBSB Bank also faced the threat of some foreign and commercial banks in Malaysia which provide housing loan. The third fault is threat of substitute product in other industry. This threat is medium for MBSB Bank Berhad because MBSB Bank Berhad need to face some financial technology company fintechs which is introducing their specialized financial products and services as digital wallet and prepaid debit card. In order to compete with other larger banking institutions, MBSB Bank have done more innovation of their banking product and service, such as they have adapted the financial technology into their business. MBSB Bank Berhad as a full-fledged Islamic bank is hard to avoid their competitors, especially Islamic banking institutions that have introduced similar Islamic product and service. The fourth is bargaining power or buyer. The bargaining power or buyer for MBSB Bank Berhad is low because MBSB Bank Berhad is able to provide their customer with housing loan or private loan at very low interest rate compared with other financial companies such as Hong Leong Bank Berhad. Within the same amount of the cash and repayment period, it is easy for customer or MBSB Bank Berhad to get a lower interest rate of loan compared with customer or Hong Leong Bank Berhad. MBSB Bank Berhad it also improved its technological capacity and enriched its product line by introducing PaaS platform to ensure banks stay competitive with fintech. The last four is bargaining power of supplier. The bargaining power of supplier for MBSB Bank Berhad is low because MBSB Bank Berhad is not similar with the manufacturing company which need raw material from their supplier to enable their banking operation to flow efficiently. The supplier of the MBSB Bank Berhad can be considered as the individual or company who supply them some of the basic facility needed to be used by the customer, such as furniture like table or chair, stationery, ATM machine, a large amount of checkbook, and other facility. Another supplier or MBSB Bank Berhad is the depositor of the bank. Customer deposit provide the capital to the bank to generate the loans. Thank you.
Hi, good day everyone. My name is Tan Chuan Hong. I would like to share about the SWOT analysis and TOS analysis of MBSB Bank Berhad. First, the strength, diversity, acceptance provide a safe environment for such workplace diversity to embrace different perspectives, generate creative ideas, and prosper that enable MBSB to develop innovative technologies. The merchandise and service diversity, MBSB is increased in the profits and increase in the number of potential stakeholders. Exceptional management team will enable the company to make the right decision to guide the company to the next level. For the weakness of MBSB, marketing with a strict potential growth, which they must first deal with domestic monetary, currency transaction, and other issues. The organizational culture shift shows the company need to focus on the relationship between management team and employees, which is not only pay attention on working. Decisions are being made slowly within the company, and it takes some time to send the comprehensive information to other subsidiaries and office in different regions. The opportunity, strategic partnership, and collaborations will enable the MBSB Bank to access new areas and increase the brand awareness. Client base will expand as global banking, commercial transaction. Potential new customer will be able to use more banking service, which including loans to buy things or start a business, invest surplus funds or stocks, returns, and insurance. Digitalization is becoming more widely adopted to provide loans to companies implementing digitalization to encourage their efforts and strengthen the bank loan portfolio. Trades for intense delivery need to spend time on making some research so that able to understand the condition of its competitors. Identical industry will be a challenge for MBS Bank to increase the confidence of customer to support its service. Change in the value of a foreign currency may influence MBSB Bank. Is difficult to increase more profits and expand more branches around the world. Competitor from digital bank may cause MBSB Bank customer to switch from traditional bank to competitive online banks. For the TOS analysis, SO strategy would a great approach to increasing efficiency by combining the technical, legal, and technical capability of other organizations. Besides, WO strategies first enhance the purchasing capacity of current customer, maximize the level of depreciation of products, and rewards more use. Second is looking for clients from the competition. The ST strategy help companies to rebuild the trust of their clients, and this will be enhance the reputation of the MBSB group. WT strategy first benefit both members trade, risk, and cost. Second, the company has the potential to success. As a result, MBSB Bank reputation will skyrocket. Here are some recommendations for the issues that faced by MBSB Bank. For the first issue, MBSB Bank can charge additional interest from their borrower based on the value of loss during the 6-month moratorium. For the second issue, in order to reduce the net allowance for impairment of MBSB Bank, the company should reduce the damage of its asset. For the last issue, MBSB Bank can reduce the overhead expense by going green, such as going paperless, use solar power, and promote energy saving among employees.
That's all from our group. Thank you.